You know, I've been waiting weeks for the Grasp of Avarice dungeon to be the weekly featured dungeon so I could put out an updated Artifice armor farm video, and now that it's here, I feel like an idiot because it's really not worth your time. Let me explain. The dungeon can be one-phased on master difficulty if you have a good loadout, or easily two-phased if you're just an average-ish player. I got the boys and we threw together a quick team loadout to nail down the one phase, and it was for nothing, all for nothing. In hindsight. I mean, yeah, Artifice armor is technically the best in the game because you can give it a little bit of an extra stat boost, but honestly, why jump through all those hoops when after all this time you can still just waltz into the helm and get dummy high uber spiky armor for dirt cheap? Lord bear me strength. If you can't access the war table at the helm, which I think requires Season of Defiance to access, I'll quickly talk you through the GOA Master One Phase method so you can get top-notch Artifice armor. But if you can access the war table, then every other armor farm in D2 is going to be garbage compared to this. Take out your ghost, put on the armor perk of your choice, and be amazed at the kinds of drops you're able to get your hands on. If you're looking for triple 100 stat armor, aka a build where you can have 3 stats all at 100, 2000 Glimmer and 2 Defiant Engrams is laughably cheap. Costco level cheap when you think about the value you're getting and how much time you're saving by not farming Artifice armor. And for you poor bastards that can't get drops at the war table, well, here's the GOA farm. First, I'd recommend getting a checkpoint, unless for whatever reason you really want to go through the entire dungeon manually. There's a bunch of checkpoint resources out there. D2checkpoints.com is one of them. It should work just fine. When you have a checkpoint for the boss fight on master difficulty, remember, hold on to it on one character, have your friend join you, swap to character B, then farm it on character B while holding the checkpoint on character A. Not too long ago, I put out a video on how damage stacking works in D2, and we're going to apply everything from that video here. Link in the video description if you want to check that out. Me and the boys used one Radiant Well Warlock along with Lumina, as the Lumina buff is higher than Radiant Well, but the Well gives us health regen, so best of both worlds. We planned on going Rocket Launcher DPS to begin with, and apparently there's a Rocket Launcher overcharge in GOA at the moment. Now that is what I call convenient. There's also both a Strand and Void Surge, but remember those don't stack together with the overcharged rocket modifier, so any rocket will do, doesn't have to be Strand or Void. And because that is the case, we whipped out the old crafted Apex rocket launcher with bait and switch, cause 35% extra damage output for free is nice. You can throw a Gallarhorn in there if you want, would probably be more valuable if you had 6 Guardians instead of 3, but whatever. On my leg armor, I have 3 Surge mods for extra damage, and because we need a debuff in the equation, we had our friendly neighborhood hunter throw on Tether. The third member of your team can put on a hard-hitting burst damage super. My friend Eoterra went with Star Eater Scales and Blade Barrage. That worked out fine. Oh, and extra icing on the cake is Monochromatic Maestro on the seasonal artifact. Don't forget to rally up with a reserves chest piece for extra rocket launcher ammo, then quickly swap back to your regular chest armor before beginning the encounter. When you launch the encounter, remember to run right up to where the boss comes out and drop a Warlock Well by that staircase. You'll get your well back before damage phase begins, and you can use that time to immediately kill the yellow bar enemies who pop out of the door, which will make the encounter way easier. Go ahead and pick up 2 full waves of engrams to dump into the giant crystal in the middle of the map and begin damage phase. As long as nobody whiffs any rockets and you have all your damage stacking and debuffing ready to go, you should be made in the shade. And remember, if you don't have a bait and switch rocket launcher, or your loadout isn't perfect, or you mess up damage phase, honestly, you're fine. Just turn the 1 phase into a quick 2 phase. Or you could just skip all of that and go directly to the helm and get armor drops like these. Christ on a goddamn cracker, why would you even bother with the dungeon? Anyway, another valuable tool I can recommend if you want to try and hit a triple 100 armor loadout is d2armorpicker.com, hashtag not an ad. Link your account and you can use it to help figure out what triple 100 armor builds you may already have in your vault. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on stream.